Hello pretties, welcome to Visceral. So I'm having to hit you with that artificial lighting because it's a little bit later in the day, but today was a busy day for me, guys. I've been doing a lot. I woke up at 7 in the morning. We went grocery shopping, put that away. Then I went to football practice in which I jammed my finger. So great. But we had football practice for like 2.5 hours. We didn't leave till noon, and we waited there till from 9:30 to noon. Then had lunch, made my lunch because I meal prepped for the whole week. So meal prepped, made some snack, I made some almond bark bars with pecans in it. They're really delicious, honestly. Made some of those, then did my taxes, updated my spreadsheet so I can do this video. And now here we are. Oh, laundry. I did laundry as well. So it's been a crazy, crazy day, and I'm finally just getting around to filming this video. So I know for a fact this is gonna go late, and I'm supposed to meet with my girlfriends in about an hour for girls' night. So I don't know for sure this video is gonna go late because I don't know that I'm gonna have enough time to edit it real quick after filming this so I can post it tonight. I'm gonna try. I just don't know. Anyway, so what we're doing today is I'm doing a breaking down of all of the brands that I have in my collection. Now, I've done this in the past. A couple of years ago, I've done it twice before. I did it in 2021 and I did it in 2020. So I was very consistently doing it at the time, and then I just kind of took a year's break, and I told myself, I'm gonna do this again. And then I didn't because it's so hard to actually create the brand breakdown. So this is what my spreadsheet looks like, and it's a shit show, just a shit show to actually break it down. And for a long time my spreadsheets were just a mess, and I finally got them in a really good spot. Anyway, that's why it hasn't been done in so many years. But here we are again. We're doing this again, and it was so sad to see the numbers. So I currently have a total of 300 products in my collection. This does not include any nail stuff, of course. This is just makeup. In 2021 I had 160 and in 2020 I had 139. Okay. Anyway, I'm not gonna go over numbers from previous years because since I'm not consistently doing them every year, I just feel like it doesn't make sense. But I am planning on doing this again next year. So I do plan to have comparison numbers from last year, from this year to next year, whenever I do it next year. Fingers crossed that I do in fact do it next year. Regardless, I do think it's a fun exercise, and I say fun loosely because it's a lot of work, okay? It's a lot of work to do this, but it does tell me a lot because I've always wanted to expand my collection, and I feel like I've definitely done that. So let's just get down to it. I'm gonna break it up into face, eyes, and lips, and then I'll talk more about it when we get to that, in those areas. So for the face, I have 80 products total, and I have, out of those 80 products, we have 21 brands. So now here's where it gets a bit more interesting. So out of those brands, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of those 21. Yes, 9 of those 21. I only have one product for that brand, and those brands are Elf, House Labs, Bare Minerals, REM Beauty, Fenty Beauty, Halle Ray Hideaway, Scott Barnes, Well the People, Number 7, and yeah, that's it. Those are the brands that I only have one product for. Now, out of those 21, we're going to the next one, right? So how many do I have 2 for? And I have Milani, Natasha Denona, Ofra Cosmetics, She Glam, Becca, and M Cosmetics. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 brands that I only have 2 products for. So that's 15. So then it only leaves 6 more brands out of the 21 that I have 2 or more products. And if that makes sense. And it's really not that much better. So Patrick Ta has 3 products, and that's pretty much it. After that, it does kind of do a big jump. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to like move things out of the way in my spreadsheets as I'm talking about these, and it's just like not working. Okay, so that leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 brands. Out of those 5 brands, I have 2 that have 6 items. One of them is Persona Cosmetics, and the other one is ColourPop, which I'm actually really glad, because for a long time I had majority ColourPop. So last time I did this, I had 12 items that were ColourPop, and I had 35 items total. So it was like 35% of my collection for my face category was ColourPop, which now is not the case. ColourPop is now only 7.5% of my face category. So I am kind of really happy with those numbers, if that makes sense. But yeah, and then we have Persona Cosmetics at 6%, and then we jump up to Lunar Beauty, which has 10. And I say Lunar Beauty 10 loosely because like straight up only Lunar Beauty, I only have 4 items technically. It's just that I also have those Lunar Beauty X Large Los Angeles, which for whatever reason I included them as Lunar Beauty in this in my face, but I know when it comes to lips I included them as part of Large Los Angeles. And I think the reason I did that is because I don't actually own any Lunar Beauty only products. I only own the Lunar Beauty X Large Los Angeles lip products now. And I think that's the reason I kind of made up those numbers like that. But interesting, I know. So I have technically 10 Lunar Beauty items, and I said 10 very, very loosely. But okay, and then we jump up to my last 2 categories that I actually have 17 for both. I have Rare Beauty and I have Large Los Angeles, and that each is 21.25% of my collection. So together it's about 21 and 25, 2.5. So 42.5% of my collection is of my face is Rare Beauty and L'Oreal Los Angeles, and that is 17 items for each of them. So, and I'll just kind of give you guys a bunch of numbers and take of that as you wish. I know for a fact there's some of these items that once I finish them, they will not be coming back into my collection. So I do think if everything were to go well at the end of this year, I do think these numbers are going to reduce. I am not in a place where I want to experiment with a lot of different brands currently, so we'll see. But I do like to try new things, but I don't feel that need right now. So I don't know if that's going to change next year. I'm currently still technically in the beginning of my no buy, so I feel like it's easy to say that right now. I don't know if it will be easy to say that in like 6 months, you know? Okay, eyes. Eyes is an interesting category for me because I include my single shadows as an individual product, but I include my palettes as a whole one product. So if technically, for example, now I have 17. I have 17 Makeup Geek single shadows, but I have like this Lunar Beauty palette that has 15. This has 15 shadows in it, right? This will count as one, even though it has 15 shadows in it, but those individual singles will count as 17 products. So if that makes sense. And that's because in my category, I do have singles as an individual product, but I don't do that for palettes. So take these numbers for eyes they're a little skewed because of how I do my inventory. But anyway, I have 146 items that are eyes only, and out of those, 30, I have 30 brands. Now, out of those 30 brands, let's break it down and see how many of these are one item only brands. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So nearly half of them. So I have 14. Yeah, I have 14 brands that I only have one product for, which I guess that's not that bad. But yeah, I have 14. So again, nearly half those brands. Now, let's go on to the next one to see how many of them I have 2 for. And which more. By the way, the percentage of those is just 0.68%. So less than 1% of my collection is for each individual one. So, I mean, less than 10% of my collection is those 14 brands. So that's kind of something to tell you. Because the brands that I have a lot for, I have a lot for. So, yeah. Anyway, let's see. I have 2 e.l.f. items. I have 2 Sephora collection. I have 2 Scott Barnes. I have 2 little palettes from him. I have 2 Oden's Eye. I have 2 palettes from Oden's Eye. And that brings me to 8 brands total that I have 2 items for. So there's that. Let's jump up to 3 items, which there's not really many here. So I have About Face has 3 items, and Patrick Ta as well as Sigma Beauty. For Patrick Ta, I have 3 items from Patrick Ta. I mean, I own 2 palettes from Patrick, but that's it. I only tell. Oh no! I have the little duo. That's what it is. And Sigma, I have 2 palettes, and then this little thing. Yep, that's what it is. And then for About Face, I have 3 single shadows. So yeah, 3 brands that have 3 items in it. All right, moving along then to, I don't have anything with 4, so we're gonna go to 5, and I have 2 brands that have 5 items. I have Urban Decay and I have JD Glow, and those are both singles. I have 5 of the Moondust shadows from Urban Decay, and I have 5 of the JD Glow single shadows. They're pretty big. So yeah. All right, we go on to eyes. So for Rare Beauty, I have 6. Those are single shadows for the most part, and then my eyeshadow primer. And then for Cleona, I have 6, which are all single shadows. Persona, I own 6 things that are in the eye set. Oh, I have eyeliners from Persona, because I own 2 palettes from Persona, but I have multiple eyeliners from them, which I do actually really enjoy the eyeliners from Persona Cosmetics. And that's it. So I have 3 brands that I owned 6 items for. So not too bad. And then this is when the number starts getting skewed. So we only have 4 brands left. So I have Natasha Denona that I own 8 items for, which are all palettes. All of them are palettes. So Natasha Denona is 5.48% of my collection. Then we jump up to my other categories. Oh guys, this is why does it say that I still have 18 items for Makeup Geek? Sorry, it says I have 18 items for Makeup Geek, but it should be 17 because I declutter 1. So my numbers are already wrong. I think this is actually 145, but it says here 146. But I think it's actually 145. So let's say I'm gonna fix that manually, but the numbers are wrong already. Makeup Geek, I own 18 single shadows from them, and then L'Oreal Los Angeles, I own 18 items for. Some of them are single shadows, some of them are palettes. So pretty even split between those. And then ColourPop, 43 items. So ColourPop is 29.45% of my collection for my eyeshadow, and for L'Oreal Los Angeles, that's for those 18 is 12.33, and for Makeup Geek technically is 12.33 because my numbers are wrong here, but technically it's, if I change it to 17 but not adjust my formula, it says 1164, but my formula is already wrong at this point. So I'm just gonna go stick to the 18 even though I know it's wrong. But that sums it up for ice, which tells you that most of my eyeshadow collection is L'Oreal Los Angeles and ColourPop. To be honest though, I feel like this is honestly inconsistent, because like for Natasha Denona, I said I have only 8 items. And then for Makeup Geek, I have 18. But I know technically I have significantly more Natasha Denona shadows because I have multiples. And I do mean multiples. Oh gosh, if I can get them all out. Of her big pan palettes. I have of these meaty ones, I have 5. I have 5 of this meaty ones, and I have 3 of her little mini ones. So I technically have a lot more Natasha Denona than I do Makeup Geek. So again, take these numbers with a grain of salt. It's not it's not meant to do this. I'm not doing this for like perfect science. I'm doing this just for like, I'm not really sure why I'm doing this, but I do this, so I might as well show you guys why I do this. But anyway, lips. I have 74 items in lips, 74 items in lips, and out of those I have 22 brands. So I have one more than the face one. Quite a bit of this, like a lot of these are just one item products. So out of the brands that I have only one item for, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 out of the 22 are only one item brands. So, you know, take that with a grain of salt. I have Anastasia Beverly Hills, Odin's Eye, Tarte, CoverGirl, Jason Wu, Hourglass, KVD Beauty, Sigma Beauty, Kosas, and M Cosmetics. I can guarantee you a lot of these, once they're gone, they're gone. And some of them are actually ones that I'm working on. So for example, that one from Tarte should be gone pretty soon. The one from Kosas should be gone pretty soon. And the one from M Cosmetics should be gone pretty soon. And I probably will not repurchase. Just saying. All right, brands that I have 2 items for. I have Elf Cosmetics and I have Summer Fridays as well as Well the People that I have 2 items for. So I have 3 brands total. Alexa, stop. So I have 3 brands total that I have 2. So that puts us at 13 of the 22. Then let's go on to brands with 3. Sorry if I'm not looking at you guys at the camera. I'm looking more over here. So I have Scott Barnes. I have 3 items for it, and I have Fenty Beauty that has 3 items as well. I am trying to work on those Scott Barnes items this year, so fingers crossed. We'll see how that goes. And I have one brand that has 4 items. That's gonna be Charlotte Tilbury. And with Charlotte Tilbury, all of those items are minis. So there's actually not that much product that, but they're all minis. So, you know, take that as you wish, I suppose. For NYX, I have 5 lip products. 1, 2, 3. Do I really own 5 NYX products? I mean, I guess if that's what the thing says, but I can't think of them. I have 2 of the lip oils, 2 of the glosses. Oh, and I have a little sticky pen. It is 5. Never mind. Yeah, it's 5. For Milani, I have 6 items. That's the only brand that has 6 items. And then let's see. For Persona Cosmetic, I have 7, which honestly I'm a little surprised by how. Oh, it's because I have lip liners. I have quite a bit of Persona Cosmetics lip liners. They're honestly, her eyeliners, lip liners are honestly really, really nice. I highly recommend them. All right, so then we go to Rare Beauty, has 9 items, and what's it is this? ColourPop has 10, which I'm surprised ColourPop is so high, but I am working on a couple of ColourPop products this year, so I do expect this number to go down. And then Laura de Los Angeles, I have 11, which not a shocker for anybody, I feel like. This should be pretty straightforward. Nobody should be surprised by this. Okay, I'm gonna take a little break because I just realized that I did not update my total count. So I need to update that real quick and then be right back. All right, I'm back. So for total items in my collection, I have 300 items in my collection. Technically, because I know it's technically 299, but whatever. I have 300 items. All of those, I have 46 brands. Out of those 46 brands, I have 16 that are one product brands only. So that's, I mean, a third of my collection, a little bit more than a third of my collection. I have only 1 item for those. So not great, not bad. Yeah, I don't feel too bad about that. But for the most part, I'm pretty loyal to the brands, like, you know. But you know, it does happen when I try a new brand and I just fell in love. Like, I feel like Rare Beauty is one of those brands for me. Like, I just fell in love with Rare Beauty. Natasha Denona is another one. Patrick Ta has, like, I really kind of fallen in love with, I feel like, more and more. It's just a very consistent brand for me. But anyway, I digress. So I have 16 brands that are like that. Let's go into brands that I have 2 items for. So I have Ofra Cosmetics with 2. I have She Glam with 2, although one of those is about to be, actually I'm working on finishing both of those items this year, so hopefully won't have it for too much longer. Becca I have 2. It's technically the same product, I just bought a backup, but it's the Opal highlighter from Becca. I have Kosas with 2, which was the Sephora birthday gift, which I'm actually working on both of those items to get them out of my collection. The Sephora collection, I have 2 items. Tarte, I have 2 items. I'm working on one of them, and I'm almost pretty close to being done with that one. Anastasia Beverly Hills, I have 2 items. I'm not working on those though. Summer Fridays, I have 2 items. So yeah, so how many brands is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Duh, do the math, girl. Sorry, it's because the computer tells me it's a sum of 16, and if it's 2 of them, so it's 8. I have 8 brands that I have 2 items for. So there's that. Let's see if I have any 3 brands, which I know I have a couple, but it won't be much longer. It's not that many. So I have Well the People, and I'm actually working on trying to finish all of those this year. Buying from that brand, huge mistake. About Face I have 3, which I'm not actually working on. Odin's I have 3, which I'm not working on, and that's it. I have 3 brands that I have 3 for. So not too bad. And let's see what else we got. Fenty, I have 4 items for Fenty Beauty. That's it. Cosmetics I have 4, although I am working on trying to get at least one of those done this year, potentially 2. And Sigma Beauty I have 4, which I'm not currently working. Oh, actually I am working on one from Sigma, potentially 2 this year. But yeah, I have 4. I have 3 brands with 4 as well. 4 items. See if we have any 5ers. Elf Cosmetics has 5. Elf is one of those brands where I feel like it's always gonna be in my collection. I just won't have a lot of it, but it's just I have a couple of staple products from them. Urban Decay I have 5, which are all single shadows. I'm not working on any of those. JD Glow I have 5 single shadows as well. Charlotte Tilbury I have 5. That is a brand that I actually would like to kind of work through some of those products. However, I actually really like the products that I have from Charlotte, and I would consider buying some of them in full-size items. Just saying. It's really expensive, yes, but Walk of No Shame, her red bullet lipstick is probably one of my favorite reds that I own, if not my favorite red that I own currently. So there's that. But that is 1, 2, 3, 4 brands that I have 5 items for. All right. We're kind of starting to get lower in the numbers here. We have Scott Barnes with 6. I have Patrick Ta with 6 as well. NYX with 6. Cleona with 6. And that's it. So for Cleona, those are all single shadows. For NYX, that's a mixture of things. I think most of them are going to be lip products, which I am trying to move through some of them this year. Patrick Ta, I have 6. The thing with Patrick Ta is any of those items that if I were to finish them, I would probably repurchase them. So I actually don't see this number getting smaller, but if not increasing. Scott Barnes, I have 6. I actually do see this number decreasing, at least in the lip product category, because I'm working on 3 of them this year. So yeah, we have that. I don't believe I have any 7s. No, I sure don't. I have 1 brand, Milani, with 8. I feel like Milani is one of those brands that I will, similar to e.l.f., I will always have a couple of products from them at all times, because I do have a couple of staples from from Milani. Same way that I have a couple of staples from e.l.f. And Milani's and e.l.f. are both brands that I do feel comfortable kind of trying new things from their line, because I just know they're going to be good quality. So I'm not too worried about it. So I like to try new things from their collections, even if they don't stick around for too long. But yeah, I have that one. Let's see. After this, it's really we're hitting the double digits. So I have Natasha Denona with 10, which I don't see this number getting smaller. If anything, I can see this number getting consistently bigger. Lunar Beauty, I have 11. I say this very, very much so, kind of 11. Technically, I only have 4 Lunar Beauty items. technically. But I have the blush palette from the collection that she did with he did with Laura Los Angeles, as well as the 2 bullet lipsticks. So that's why those numbers are skewed a little bit. And then so yeah, that's 11. Then we have Persona Cosmetics with 19, and then we go up to Rare Beauty with 32, Laura Los Angeles with 46, and then we wrap it up with ColourPop at 59 items. So out of those brands, because those are the ones that take the most, so Natasha Denona is actually only 3.33% of my collection. So it's a small percentage. Lunar Beauty is 3.67, so not much bigger than that. And then once you start going up into the numbers, it starts getting a little bigger. So Persona with 19 items is 6.33% of my collection. Let's see. Rare Beauty with 32 items is 10.67% of my collection, and Laura Los Angeles at 46 items is 15.33% of my collection, and ColourPop with 59 items is 19.67 items in my collection. So essentially 20% of my collection is ColourPop, which again, I feel like even if I start, because I am trying to work through some of my ColourPop items, I'm always gonna have ColourPop in it, same as Milani, same as e.l.f., and probably honestly NYX a little bit, because those are brands that I go, like if I'm gonna try something new, I'm probably gonna try those from those brands. Same thing with Rare Beauty. Laura Los Angeles is technically no longer a brand, so Persona, those are like my favorite brands, honestly. Natasha Denona, Persona, Patrick Ta. Like if I'm going to go more high end, those are the ones I'm going to go for. Charlotte Tilbury, actually, like I say, I actually really enjoy it, but I very hesitantly would go into that brand because it's just so expensive, and I don't think this is like the price makes sense for what you're getting. It just doesn't. But I do have, at the very least, if I were to work through all of my Charlotte Tilbury, I would probably still buy that what's it called? Walk of No Shame, and then Pillow Talk Medium. I actually really like that shade. It's a beautiful mauve pink on me, a little muted, and it just works really nice on me. And I really, like I said, Walk of No Shame is my perfect red. It's a little muted. It's a little, it's not quite berry, but there's like a dark base to it, which I honestly very much enjoy. So I feel like I will always go back to those 2 lip products. I don't know that I need anything else from Charlotte Tilbury though, if I'm being honest. But yeah, that's it. Like I said, I'm not sure if this is interesting to you or not. I always find it interesting to just kind of see where my numbers are going. Yeah, I mean, 46 brands. When I did this, like last in 2021, I had 30 brands. So, you know, my numbers have significantly expanded, and I'm just trying to manage as best I can. But anyway, excuse me. That's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is honestly, this was a lot of work. Not necessarily like filming the video, but like the spreadsheets for this, it was work. But anyway, I'll let you guys go. I'm actually running late for my girls thing, so I'm not gonna be able to edit this video today. I'm probably gonna do it tomorrow, and it'll probably go up on Monday. So please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.